Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, remember yesterday we talked about introverts. So now let's talk about extroverts. Remember, I gave you my example of me being an introvert, me being somebody that can create deep connections because I speak with people for a length of time, right? So extroverts are the opposite. What they do is extroverts are called the life of the party. I mean, sometimes I envy them because you know what? They can go from person to person to person, from person to person to person, and they can connect with everybody in a room. They can actually get to a place where they can connect with a person, get their contact information, their social media, wherever they're doing. And what they'll do is, what I've noticed for most of the extroverts, they actually write down on a card, on their phone, on their contacts. They write down something that'll remind them of the conversation that they had with this person. That's smart, ladies and gentlemen, because those are kind of like context clues. Context clues means that I'm going to use something that I remember about this person and I'm going to write it down somewhere so that way whenever I need to connect with this person, I can bring that back up. And it's hard sometimes to do that, but extroverts, that's their superpower, ladies and gentlemen. That's your superpower, extrovert. You can manage a room with confidence. You can connect with everybody with confidence. You can actually create these mnemonics, right? Or the context clues. So that way, because again, right, your connection is not deep rooted, it's not focused enough. But again, your superpower is to make those connections and then through context clues. So when you put them on your phone, when you write them down, and I've seen some extroverts have a little notepad. You write the name down. They write their contact information, and then they write a sentence or a few words that reminds them why and how and where they met. And so again, it's great. It's amazing. That's the reason why extroverts and introverts balance each other out because we're able to do that. So, when you're working for a company, you need an extrovert to open the doors and you need an introvert to make those deep-rooted relationships. Back on base.